I've always been a fan of Razer's MMO-focused Naga mice, even though I never really used them much after reviewing them. That might change with the Razer Naga Trinity, a mouse that's just as good for World of Warcraft diehards as it is for people looking for everyday productivity. Before we get into the Naga Trinity review, we've included links in the description to various pricing options for the mouse, so make sure you check those out. The only major problem with the Razer Naga was the sheer number of buttons. Having 7 thumb buttons could be useful in Final Fantasy XIV, sure, but it wasn't so great for The Witcher 3, or Google Chrome for that matter. The Naga Trinity solves this problem neatly by offering 3 distinct side panels: the traditional 12-button layout, the circular hex layout, and a simple 2-button layout, similar to what you'd find on the Razer's popular Death Adder. Essentially, Razer is selling you 3 high-end gaming mice for the price of 1. The Naga isn't cheap, but it justifies its high price with tremendous customizability, and with part swapping that couldn't be easier or more intuitive. If you play MMOs but still need a more traditional mouse for FPS, RTS, RPGs, or simply getting work done, the Naga is simply the best mouse for the job. It's hard to ignore the religious implications in the Naga Trinity's name, since it, too, comprises 3 distinct entities in one body. You can swap out the thumb panel at will, thanks to some well-placed and fairly powerful magnets. It takes a minimum of force to pop off the panel, but unless you specifically try to remove it or accidentally drop the mouse, the Naga's left side isn't going anywhere. The 12-button layout is the most straightforward of the 3. The hex layout has 7 buttons surrounding a central, ridged thumb rest. The simple layout has 2 curved buttons and a large, ridged thumb rest underneath them. All 3 panels are easy and comfortable to hold, although you've seen them before on other Razer mice. You can even use the Naga Trinity without a side panel, although you probably shouldn't, because you'll be resting your thumb on exposed metal. The rest of the mouse resembles previous Naga designs. It's a large, wide mouse, with a high profile and a rest for the 4th finger. There's a left button, a right button, and a scroll wheel that clicks 3 ways, with 2 DPI sensitivity adjustment buttons right beneath that wheel. If you prefer to keep your mouse small and sleek, the Naga probably isn't for you. But if you want as many buttons as possible at the tip of your thumb, the size is a fair trade-off. The most important and most distinctive feature of the Naga Trinity comes in its swappable side panels. However, there's not that much to actually write about them. They simply work beautifully, successfully turning the Naga from a genre-specific one-hit wonder into a versatile powerhouse. Beyond that, the Naga Trinity works with the Razer Synopsys 3 software, which is still in beta, but looking better all the time. With the software, you can reprogram buttons, create profiles for individual games, change the RGB lighting, adjust the DPI between 100 and 16,000, and tinker with a bunch of other technical settings. The best word for Naga Trinity's interface in Synopsys is polished. You can swap out the side panels at any time, not just between games, and the software will instantly recognize which panel is attached. You can reprogram buttons in either list or pictorial form, and open up a set of hypershift buttons to completely change the key map when you hold down a button of your choice. You can also program macros, which is, of course, very useful when dealing with MMOs. There's one other small feature in the Synopsys software, which I never expected to see, but it makes so much sense I cannot believe I've never seen it before. In the Performance tab, there's a link to open the Mouse Properties menu in Windows. Considering just how much you can customize your mouse with the default Windows options, I'm shocked that Razer appears to be the first company to ever think of integrating this functionality into its own software. The most innovative features are always the ones you didn't know you needed until you see them. I used the Naga Trinity with World of Warcraft and had excellent results. That's not a surprise, since the last 2 Nagas were ideal for MMOs as well. Playing as a Pandaren rogue, it was spectacularly simple to use all my special abilities, especially once I memorized where each of the 12 buttons sat on the Naga Trinity's side panel. I didn't get far enough in the game to make macros a necessity, but it was nice to know that I had the option, as well as the hypershift, for an alternate skill set. What surprised me more was just how good the Naga Trinity was at everything else. I used the hexpad for StarCraft Remastered and Spellforce 3, controlling small groups of units with ease. For Life is Strange, I popped the 2-button layout on, and just about forgot it was there. The mouse's large, comfortable design helped me get my work done for almost a week while I was away from the office. The only caveat here is that while you can do a lot to change the mouse's extra buttons, you can't do anything to change its overall profile. As such, if you want a sleek, streamlined mouse primarily for FPS or MOBA play, the Naga Trinity still isn't the right choice for you. So, that sums up our Razer Naga Trinity review. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have a great day.